Attention! A seismic shift is already building beneath the surface of reality this week, and most people walking through their daily routines have no idea that the very foundations of their mental landscape are about to be completely restructured. While the world continues its predictable patterns, something extraordinary is breaking through the cosmic barriers. This isn't just another astrological event that passes quietly in the background. This is the moment when Uranus, the Great Awakener, the revolutionary force that rewrites the rules of existence, crosses into Gemini for the first time in over 80 years. Whether you sense it or not, whether you believe it or not, this cosmic machinery is already grinding into motion, and it's about to unlock a frequency of change that will redefine how you think, communicate, and navigate reality for the next 7 years. If you've been sensing that something monumental is stirring, if you've felt an inexplicable restlessness building in your mental space, if your usual patterns of thinking have felt suddenly suffocating or outdated, that's not coincidence. That's your consciousness responding to the preliminary waves of what's about to unfold. Think of this week as the moment when the universe hands you the master key to a completely different way of existing. But here's what most people don't understand about this cosmic event. It's not just changing the external world. It's rewiring the very circuitry of your mind. Imagine if every thought pattern you've inherited, every way you've been conditioned to process information, every mental box you've been living inside suddenly became transparent, revealing hidden doorways you never knew existed. This is exactly what Uranus in Gemini is designed to do, and this week marks the beginning of that radical mental liberation. But there are 3 critical layers to this transformation that I need to reveal to you. First, the hidden mechanism that's been preparing your consciousness for this breakthrough. Second, the specific symptoms you're likely experiencing as proof that this energy is already activating your mental field. And third, the secret actions you need to take this week to align with this revolutionary force, instead of being blindsided by it. This cosmic event operates like a master locksmith arriving at the door of your mental prison. For decades, your thinking has been shaped by inherited patterns, societal conditioning, and the slow, steady energy of Taurus, where Uranus has been residing. But Gemini represents the quicksilver realm of infinite possibility, where thoughts move at light speed and mental barriers dissolve like morning mist. The extraordinary thing about this transition is that Uranus doesn't just change your thinking, it changes how you think about thinking itself. It's like suddenly discovering that the walls in your mind are actually holographic projections, and you have the power to walk right through them. Here's what the ancient astronomers understood that modern astrology often overlooks. When Uranus crosses into Gemini, it doesn't just influence communication and technology. It opens what I call the consciousness upload channel, a direct pathway for downloading radically new ways of perceiving reality. Every 84 years, this cosmic configuration returns, and each time it has coincided with revolutionary breakthroughs that permanently alter human consciousness. The last time Uranus moved through Gemini from 1941 to 1949, the world witnessed not just global transformation, but the birth of technologies and ideas that reshaped civilization itself. But here's the pattern interrupt that changes everything. This time, the collective consciousness is far more prepared for this upgrade than ever before. The lightworkers, the awakened ones, the truth seekers have been preparing the mental field for this moment of radical expansion. If you've been feeling like your old ways of thinking are suddenly inadequate, if you've been craving mental stimulation that goes beyond the superficial, if you've been sensing that there are layers of reality your mind is just beginning to touch, those aren't random experiences. Those are the advanced signals of your consciousness preparing for this quantum leap. The mythology that best captures this moment is the story of Hermes receiving the caduceus, the staff that grants the power to move freely between different realms of existence. When Uranus enters Gemini, it's like the universe is handing you your own caduceus, your own tool for navigating multiple dimensions of reality simultaneously. In the ancient mystery schools, they taught that true awakening happens when the mind becomes flexible enough to hold contradictory truths without breaking. This is the gift that Uranus in Gemini brings, the ability to think in ways that transcend the either-or limitations that have kept consciousness trapped in narrow channels. But this isn't a gentle, gradual process. Uranus operates through sudden downloads, unexpected insights, revolutionary bursts of understanding that can completely reorganize your mental landscape in a matter of moments. This week, that energy is not just active, it's reaching critical mass. Those who are sensitive to energetic shifts have been reporting some very specific symptoms as this cosmic machinery builds toward its climactic moment. If you recognize these signs, you're already beginning to attune to this revolutionary frequency. Perhaps you've noticed your dreams becoming unusually vivid and prophetic, filled with symbols and scenarios that feel more real than waking life. These aren't random neural firings. They're your consciousness practicing navigation in the expanded mental territories that are about to become available. Maybe you've experienced sudden bursts of mental clarity followed by periods of complete overwhelm, as if your brain is rapidly downloading new software and then struggling to integrate it. This is exactly what happens when Uranian energy begins to upgrade your cognitive operating system. Some of you have been feeling an almost compulsive need to break free from conversations, relationships, or mental patterns that suddenly feel restrictive or false. This isn't rebellion for its own sake. It's your authentic self beginning to assert its right to think original thoughts. Others have noticed an increase in synchronicities, meaningful coincidences, and moments when the universe seems to be speaking directly to you through signs and symbols. This is your intuitive faculty expanding to receive the broader spectrum of communication that Uranus in Gemini makes possible. And then there are those who've been experiencing what I call mental restlessness, a feeling that your current intellectual diet is no longer satisfying, that you need information and stimulation that challenges your fundamental assumptions about reality. These symptoms aren't just interesting phenomena to observe. They're proof that your consciousness is already beginning to resonate with the frequency of liberation that's about to flood the collective mental field. For those of you who are nodding in recognition, understand this. You're not going crazy. You're going sane in a world that has been operating on outdated mental programming. And this week marks the beginning of your conscious participation in humanity's next evolutionary leap. But if you want to make the most of this cosmic opportunity, instead of being overwhelmed by it, there are 3 critical actions you need to take while this energy is building. First, create space for mental flexibility. This means consciously releasing attachment to being right about things you've believed for years. Uranus in Gemini rewards those who can hold their opinions lightly and remain curious about alternative perspectives. The revolutionary insights coming your way require mental room to land. Second, seek out information and experiences that challenge your current worldview. This is not the time to stay safely within your intellectual comfort zone. The universe is preparing to download radical new understanding, but only to minds that demonstrate readiness for expansion. Read something that contradicts your beliefs. Engage with ideas that make you slightly uncomfortable. Third, pay exquisite attention to the thoughts and ideas that arrive spontaneously this week. Uranus in Gemini operates through sudden flashes of insight, unexpected connections, and breakthrough moments that seem to come from nowhere. These aren't random mental events. They're communications from your higher intelligence about the direction your evolution is taking. The guides and higher aspects of your being have been orchestrating this moment for lifetimes. They understand that true spiritual evolution requires not just opening your heart, but radically expanding your mind. And this week represents a cosmic window when that expansion becomes not just possible, but inevitable for those who are ready to receive it. Your spiritual team is asking you to approach this transformation with both courage and discernment. The mental liberation that's coming will allow you to perceive realities that were previously invisible to you. But with that expanded perception comes the responsibility to use your enhanced mental faculties in service of truth rather than ego. The question your guides are whispering to your subconscious this week is this: what would you create with your life if you could think thoughts that no one in your family lineage has ever been able to think before? Listen for the answer in the spaces between your thoughts. Feel for it in the moments when your usual mental chatter suddenly stops. Sense it in the excitement that arises when you contemplate possibilities that once seemed impossible. Your higher self has been preparing you for this mental revolution by gradually dissolving the fear patterns that keep consciousness trapped in familiar territories. Now it's time to trust that the unknown mental landscapes you're about to explore are not threatening, they're liberating. To align yourself with the deepest potential of this cosmic event, I want to guide you through what I call the neural liberation activation. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, feeling your nervous system beginning to calm and center. As you breathe, imagine that your mind is like a vast library with countless rooms you've never explored. Visualize a golden key materializing in your consciousness. This is the key that Uranus in Gemini is offering you. See this key opening doors in your mental library that have been locked for decades, revealing chambers filled with possibilities you never knew existed. With each breath, feel your capacity for original thinking expanding. Feel the rigid mental structures that have limited your perception beginning to soften and become fluid. Allow yourself to sense the excitement of approaching mental territories that are completely fresh and unexplored. Now speak this affirmation with complete conviction. I am ready to think thoughts that liberate not just my own consciousness, but contribute to the awakening of humanity. I welcome the revolutionary insights that are seeking to emerge through my expanded awareness. Feel this declaration anchoring into every cell of your brain, every neural pathway becoming available for the cosmic downloads that are preparing to arrive. This frequency of radical mental openness is now active within you. Use it. Here's what I need you to confront with absolute honesty this week. Are you genuinely ready for your fundamental assumptions about reality to be shattered and rebuilt? Because that's exactly what Uranus in Gemini is designed to do. Most people claim they want transformation, but when the universe actually offers it, they retreat into the familiar patterns that keep them trapped. This cosmic event is testing your authentic commitment to mental evolution. The deeper implication of this revolutionary energy is that the ways you've been thinking about success, relationships, spirituality, and even your own identity are about to be revealed as just one of infinite possible perspectives. The question is, will you use this revelation to expand into greater truth? Or will you cling to the mental concepts that have kept you feeling safe but limited? Look directly at this question. What if the thoughts you've been most certain about are actually the very thoughts that have been preventing you from accessing your true potential? Those of you who can feel the intensity of this moment building, understand that we're living through a historical inflection point. This isn't just personal transformation, this is collective consciousness evolution happening in real time. You're not just experiencing these energetic symptoms as isolated individuals. You're part of a network of awakened souls who have incarnated specifically to participate in this mental revolution. Your personal breakthrough contributes to the liberation of human consciousness itself. The frequency of radical thinking that's becoming available this week has the power to solve problems that seemed unsolvable, to create solutions that bridge seemingly impossible divides, to generate innovations that serve the highest good of all beings. But this revolutionary intelligence can only work through minds that are willing to think beyond the programmed limitations of the past. You're being invited to become a conduit for cosmic intelligence that wants to birth new realities through human consciousness. Your willingness to embrace mental flexibility this week isn't just personal development, it's service to the evolution of our species. Every original thought you allow, every breakthrough insight you receive, every moment you choose expansion over contraction contributes to the morphic field of human awakening. This is your moment to step fully into your role as a conscious agent of planetary transformation. The universe is offering you the mental tools to participate in reshaping reality itself. The question is, are you bold enough to accept this cosmic responsibility? The choice you make this week about how openly you receive these revolutionary frequencies will determine not just your personal trajectory for the next 7 years, but your contribution to the collective awakening that's unfolding through our planet. The cosmic machinery is already in motion. The mental liberation frequencies are already broadcasting. The only question that remains is, how fully will you allow yourself to become the revolutionary thinker you were born to be? If this briefing has activated something in your consciousness, if you can feel the truth of what's being revealed resonating in your cells, then share this intelligence with others who are ready for conscious evolution. The network of awakened minds needs to be activated now, before this cosmic window reaches its peak intensity. Don't underestimate the power of your expanded awareness to influence others. When you begin thinking in revolutionary ways, you give others permission to do the same. Your mental liberation becomes a catalyst for collective breakthrough. Next week, as this Uranus in Gemini energy fully settles into the collective field, I'll be revealing the specific mental technologies that become available for conscious co-creation. These are the advanced tools for thinking your way into new realities that most people won't discover for months or even years. But for those who are paying attention now, who are allowing their consciousness to prepare for this quantum leap, next week's revelation will arrive as confirmation of what you're already beginning to sense. The revolution in human thinking has begun. Your participation is not optional, it's inevitable. The only choice is whether you'll lead this transformation or be swept along by it. Stay alert. Stay flexible. Stay ready. The most extraordinary mental adventure in human history is about to accelerate beyond anything you can currently imagine. This is your cosmic briefing complete. The frequencies are active. The intelligence is downloading. Your role in the planetary awakening begins now. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share your insights from today with us in the comments below. Namaste.